was just about as wet as she had been at school. Charlie put his hand on my thigh and drained his glass. "Shall we go?" he said. "In a minute. Let's have one more drink." The music had stopped and they were coming off the floor right past our table. I ran my hand through my hair to loosen it and pulled the front piece over one eye. "Hello, Gussie," I said loudly.
"For God's sake," whispered Charlie.
Gussie peered through the gloom, blinking. "Over here," I said. Suddenly she saw me and gave a shriek of schoolgirl excitement.
"Goodness, it can't be Octavia. Is it really you?"
"Yes, really me. Come and have a drink." Gussie pushed through the tables, pink face shining with excitement, bosom heaving from her exertions.
"How lovely to see you." She kissed my proffered cheek. "And looking so stunning, too." She dragged the blonde man forward. "This is Jeremy West. It's a very special evening for us. We've just got engaged."
Engaged? Hence the champagne. At least they weren't married yet. "Congratulations," I said, and gave Jeremy West one of my long, hard, smouldering looks. "How very exciting." He smiled back at me.
"Yes, isn't it?"
"Jeremy, darling," said Gussie, "this is Octavia Brennan. We were at school together in the same form, but not for very long. Octavia did something perfectly dreadful, like eating one of the Harvest Festival apples in church, so they sent her away. Life was very dull after that."
"I can imagine it was,"
said Jeremy West. Oh, how heartbreaking that smile was. "This is Charles Mancini," I said. Charlie nodded enigmatically. With his Mexican bandit's face, pink suede suit and dark grey shirt, he looked both sinister and glamorous. No girl could be ashamed of being seen with Charlie. "Why don't we all have a drink?" I said, ignoring a vicious kick on the ankles from Charlie. Gussie looked up at Jeremy.
"Why not?" she said.
He nodded. "Charlie, get the waitress to bring some more chairs," I said.
"What were you drinking?" said Charlie sulkily.
"Champagne," I said. "It's a celebration."
"I've had quite enough to drink. I'm already getting giggly," said Gussie. "Can I have some orange squash?"
I told you she was wet.
"But you'll have champagne," Charlie said to Jeremy. "I much prefer whiskey. Let me buy this round."
Charlie shook his head and summoned the waitress. "You actually got engaged today?" I said.
"Well, yesterday," said Gussie,
hauling a bra strap up a fat white shoulder. "Have you got a ring?"
"Yes. Isn't it lovely?"
She held out a short, stubby hand that had never seen a manicure in its life. On the third finger glowed an antique ring. Rubies and pearls surrounded a plait of hair. Of course, he would choose something as subtly pretty as that. All the guys I knew would have given me solitaires or sapphires as big as a gull's egg. "It's gorgeous," I said, looking through my hair at Jeremy. "You are lucky, Gussie. Really beautiful men with exquisite taste into the bargain are at a premium these days." Charlie, busy ordering drinks, missed that remark. Jeremy blushed slightly.
"Yes, he is beautiful, isn't he?" sighed Gussie. "I have to keep pinching myself to prove it's not a dream that he should have chosen an old frump like me."
"When you've both finished discussing me like a prize bull," said Jeremy,
but he said it gently, and taking a loose strand of Gussie's hair, smoothed it behind her ear. The drinks arrived.
"Gosh, thanks awfully. It's terribly kind of you," said
Gussie, beaming at Charlie. I remembered of old how ridiculously grateful she'd always been about the smallest things.
"And that's a beautiful suit," she added wistfully. "Jeremy would look divine in clothes like that, but he's such an old square."
I waited for Charlie to wince, but he didn't, and was soon telling her all about the shop. That was another thing about her. She always managed to make people talk about themselves, and gave the impression she was really interested. I gave Jeremy a long, speculative look. He dropped his eyes first, and took a gulp of whiskey.
"That's better. I've never been wild about champagne."
"I only like it for elevenses," I said. "When are you getting married?"
"November, we thought."
"Not before, but that's light years away. Why on earth wait so long?"
"I've got a large overdraft already, and I don't relish the idea of living off Gussie."
Gussie, I remembered, had a bit of money of her own. "What do you do?"
"I'm in publishing as an editor."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.